a.m. afternoon, Americans. I'm Jericho Green, and I'm here with you. Once again, we're going to get through this together. I'm not going to leave you, and you're not going to, you're, sorry about that. You're not going to leave me. I almost lost it. almost fell apart. Fell apart. There we go. I said it right. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Missed you. But let me tell you what you don't want to miss. That's right. My Patriot Supply. Friends, are you concerned about having enough food to eat in case of a sudden emergency? Grocery stores can get stripped bare within hours. If you don't have backup food on hand, you might find yourself standing in government food lines. Don't let that happen. My Patriot Supply is making a special offer to help everyone prepare for what's coming. Right now, you go to mypatriotsupply.com and get a 3-month emergency food kit plus a free water filtration system so you can have clean water to drink and cook with. Your 3-month food kit gives you a wide variety of delicious meals and provides over 2,000 calories a day, which is highly important for keeping up your energy. Order today and keep your food free. Your free gravity-powered water filtration system, a $279 value as a bonus gift. The food and your free water filter are all shipped to your doorstep in discreet boxes, and free shipping is included. Go to mypatriotsupply.com. That is mypatriotsupply.com. As I just said, I missed you guys. It's Wednesday. Hump day. It could be either one. It could be hump day, middle of the week, you're over the hump, or hump day. Any day can be that hump day, really. We're being honest. Can we be honest here? Or like, no. Can we be honest or no? We can. But I do have sad news. Very sad news. No, it's not Biden announced that he's running again. That is pretty sad. But we won't have double impact tonight. I know. Gabe is going to be out of town, so we will postpone until next week. What will we be watching? What will we be breaking down scene by scene? Dirty Harry. That's right. We are continuing with Clint Eastwood. We're going to do 4 Clint Eastwood movies. We did Fistful of Dollars last week, taking off this week. So next week, we will do Dirty Harry. It's been a while since I've seen it, but of course, a classic. You got to ask yourself one question. Do you feel lucky? Well, do you? Punk? Love a good Clint Eastwood movie. And Dirty Harry is definitely that. Mom Ranger 2010. Thank you for the Hamilton. Thank you for the donation. Just got my mug, shipmate. Thanks so much. I love it. Glad to hear it. She answered a question correctly. If you guys remember, I asked, who is Hank Ketchum? And Hank Ketchum is the guy who drew and wrote Dennis the Menace comics in the paper. She got the question right. Told her I would send her a gift, and damn it, I did it. Sent her some green gear. I'm glad you got it. Thanks for letting me know, Mom Ranger 2010. I appreciate it. I hope you do enjoy it forever and ever. Appreciate that. We got another one. You're not the only one being generous, Mom Ranger 2010. Like Michael Jackson told us, you are not alone. Remember when he married Lisa Marie Presley? That was some weird shit, people. That was a weird time. Miss S66 from the UK. Thank you for the 9 pounds and 99 bits. And I mentioned before that I'm going to be doing some remodeling here in the studio. And I've ordered some shit to change that. Probably in the next week or so, it should be here. It should be here and be up in the studio. So we'll see. See what happens. We'll see what happens. Boy, oh boy. Speaking of green gear, make sure you guys go to mygreengear.com. You get shit like this beautiful tumbler. Excuse me, like that beautiful tumbler that I have. Plenty of green gear. Also, the designs that Gabe LTF did for me, they are on the way. Can't wait to get them in, and so I can show them to you. Thank you very much. So, what a thumbnail, huh? What a thumbnail. East Coast Temple, what up? Rome 13. All my other members, Tammy A. Good to see you guys all up in this bitch. Mom Ranger 2010, of course. Mandy Westcott. Derek Marson. Christian Yohoser, welcome back, fool. Where you been? Been up there in Canada causing problems. I bet you have. You see those Canadian Parliament members walking around, and the male Parliament members walking around in pink fucking high heels? Come on now. Legal Alien, what up? Eli Efforts, what's going on? Patrick C, Rex Rocker, Lori, Ed, JT, K. Good to see you guys. Ron Fuego, Spun Bearing 65. Who else? Brian Hendricks, what's going on? Did I get everybody? Make sure. Authentically Kennedy, what's going on? What's going on, Gear? Authentically Kennedy, I sent you a request to follow you on Instagram, so don't leave me hanging. Please accept my request. Heidi Booth, what's up? Mark's Music Obsession, good to see you up in here. CTSV, Cholo, que onda, fucker? Good to see you here as well. Feeny. I'll make sure I got you all. Don't want to leave anybody out. Leonard S., what's up, man? Did I get him? No, get him. Diesel, what's up? Sup. Okay, there we go. So, thumbnail. Wow. I saw that. I was thinking, man, what do I want to use as a thumbnail today? And man, oh man, is that a good one? That's quite a tongue. That's quite a taster that lady got on her. And the title of the live stream, of course, L Week. What the hell is L Week? Ken Conley, what's up? The patriarch of the Mosaics. Sup, fool? Sup, fucker? Amanda Mitchell, that is a gross thumbnail. Thank you. Mads, repping Canada with Hoser. America First. What up, Mr. Green? America First? Don't talk crazy. Don't talk crazy in here. The Hectic Hawaiian. What's going on, girl? Welcome. Get on in here. I appreciate that. She's sending you and your beautiful wife and kids love, peace, and blessings. Have a great show. I certainly hope so. If you're here, it will be. So, L Week. What the hell is that? I didn't even know until today. I didn't even know we were in the middle of L Week. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then when you see it, you're just like, what the fuck? Why? It's just so stupid and so unnecessary. It's so stupid and unnecessary. Why? I don't understand. Why? What's the point? Like many other things that they celebrate and have a week for. What is the point? Well, we're going to get to that in just a second. But first, we got to show some love. Libby Ann, thank you very much for becoming a member of Green Nation Cool Kids. You know what time it is. We've done this a million times before, and I hope we get to do it a million more. Stand up, trays up, scoot down. We got to make room for Libby Ann. And if you want to be like Libby Ann, which I hope you do, this is how. If you go to my page, you know where it says community and posts and all that shit, There's one that says memberships. You can do that there. If you're on a computer, I think you have an iPhone or some shit, you can do it when you go like to do a super chat. It'll give you the option to join and become a member there. It just depends on your setup. But I do thank you very much. And thank you, Libby Ann, for your generous self. Anybody ever called you generous, Libby Ann? Well, if not, I did. I'll do it. I do thank you very much. More generosity in the wings. More generosity, I say. Who is it this time? Who is blessing me with some coin this time? Oh, yes, of course. Of course. Hold on, let me get to that. Okay. I'll make sure I didn't miss anything. Don't want to leave anybody left out. No super chats left behind, people. And I'm serious about that. I want to get them all. Thank you, Hoser, from America's Hat. It says it's 69, the number of the day. That's right. 69, man. Thanks, man. Good to have you back in here. It's been a minute. You've been busy. Life happens. Shit. Life happens. Spunbaron, you want to get in on this too? Spunbaron65, thank you for the Hamilton. He says, AOC is livid. Her baby rattle was seized and she is fit to be tied. Well, that's what happens when you're an 11-year-old inside of a 33-year-old's body. That woman is 100% grade A, organic, homegrown jackass. Shout out to you, Eric Schultz. Always seeing you up in here, man. I appreciate that. Do I have one more? Yeah, I do. I knew it. I knew it. Thank you, Mr. Comic 2009. Says, if you and your beautiful family ever move to Dallas, Texas, I would love to buy you a beer. All right. All you people telling me, Jericho, if you come here, if you come there, I'm going to buy you a beer. I'm remembering this shit. You better buy me a cold Dallas beer, and it better not be no fucking Bud Light. Okay. Hey, let's get to Authentically Kennedy says 69ing does not seem fun at all. I'm sure you can find some fun in it. It's not like the most boring activity, right? Nico Giorgio, welcome. Brian, King B. Falcon, what up, man? Welcome you all you motherfuckers. Like that scene in was it Blade 2? Where it's toward the end, Ron Perlman took his sword and shit, but then he drinks some blood, and right when he's about to kick people's ass, the song that's playing, there's like a break in the song, and the singer goes, "Listen up, you motherfuckers." I love that. Listen up, you motherfuckers. And then there's a DJ. I don't know if it's Clinton Sparks. No, I think Clinton Sparks says, "Get familiar." That's his drop. All the DJs got a drop. Get familiar. DJ Clue, all that shit. But I can't remember who it was, but somebody has a drop where he goes, "Listen up, fucker." I thought that was hilarious. Listen up, fucker. Authentically Kennedy, she says, I'm not a great multitasker, so maybe that's just me. It could be. You do have to have some skill set when it comes to multitasking if you're going to jump into a 69. That is true. So, L week. What does the L stand for? It's not love. It is not love. And that's why I have this background. Here, let me get myself out of the way so you can enjoy. That's why I have the tonguey background. That's why I have the thumbnail with the woman with the extra long tongue, because L stands for lesbian. That's right. It is Lesbian Visibility Week, as in all forms of the alphabet soup group and the Ku Klux Trans are not already visible as fuck. Here's another one. Now, If they're going to do the lesbian week, well, then here comes the gay week. And then here comes all the letters in the acronym that keep growing, the LGBTIQA, blah, 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 blah. Partridge in a pear tree, all that shit. It keeps growing. So now they're all going to get a week. Plus, hold on a second, LGBTQIA plus. That's 8. You guys know I went to public school, so don't expect too much. But I can count. That is 8. So they're doing L week. Okay, so today is April 26th. So that's be 8 weeks. That's 2 months. That would put us into what month? Stop. I know. So wait a minute. Wait. So you guys are taking L week, which I assume all the other letters are going to get a week too, because why just the L's? So that's going to take us into June. So you guys get the end of April and May too? So what if one of the weeks falls on Mother's Day? Fuck you, mother. Fuck you, mothers. Which day do you think is going to get more publicity? Mother's Day? Or if Mother's Day happens to fall into one of these letters of weeks, which one is going to get more pub, as they say? Mother's or whichever letter we're on? The BTQIA plus. Who do you think? Ain't that some shit? They're about to take the whole damn calendar. Poodle Amy, what's up? Good to see you in here. That's right. She says we are not mothers, JG. We are birthing people. That's right. So can I get in on that? Can I get in on Mother's Day? I guess I'd have to invite you guys over to Father's Day. Women can take father. That's another thing. I fucking hate because you never see this shit on Mother's Day. You don't ever see no fathers on Mother's Day saying, well, I'm a single dad. I raise kids. I do play both roles. So I'm going to take part of Mother's Day. You only see that shit on Father's Day. Or some woman is saying, oh, I'm a single mom. I play mother and father. So I'm going to celebrate Father's Day. Get me a Father's Day gift. Shut the fuck up. You are not playing both roles because you can. You're playing your role. And you're trying to do the role that you think the father's going to do if you don't have one, if the kids don't have one in their life, or if you don't have a man in your life talking to the women. You're not playing father. You can't. You don't have the tools. How do you play father? You lower your voice like this. How do you play father? You can't. But it don't matter. Mother, father, don't fucking matter. We're all mothers and fathers. We're all birthing people. We're all chest feeders. Ladies, if you got a baby and you're tapped out, your titty's going, there's no more milk in there, just shoulder tap a random. Do you guys remember shoulder tapping? Shoulder tap a random dude, say, sir, can you pop your hairy nipple into this baby's mouth and give it some milk? Fuck it, we're all, right? Oh my goodness. It's sick. It's sick as fuck. We are fucked. Ron Fuego, thank you for the $5. He says, I guess I'm a lesbian now. Now, wait a minute. Ron, simply because you're a lover of vagina, and trust me, man, I get it. I don't think that makes you a lesbian, Ron. I think you have to be a lady. I think you have to be a lady to be a lesbian. But I get it. I'm a fellow puss lover myself, so I get it. But I don't think you're a lesbian, Ron. I think you're just a dude who loves a good hunk of clam. Ooh, wrong one. There it is. Those buttons are right next to each other. Pam Hitch, thank you for the Twomsky, young lady. She says, hit the like button, and she's right. Because that's just not any regular Pam Hitch. You see that next to her name? That woman is a member. You listen to her. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Pam. Hoser, thank you again. Uh-oh, now you guys know Hoser, Christian, the honorary American, is good for a joke. And he says, have you guys heard of the new L House? L House. They are building all over. There's no studs in the house and everything is tongue and groove. I need one of those rim shots, one of those little drums where they go. I'll be here all week. Make sure you try the veal. Thank you, Christian. I appreciate that. That's right, people. Hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up. Take your finger, whatever it's doing, pull it away, pull it out, whatever. Hit the like button, reinsert. That's all I ask. No, Ron Fuego, he says lick that like button. I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that's going to work. Use your finger to hit the like button, Ron. Mitchell McNeely, don't tongue the brown starfish. The chocolate starfish, hey, man, that's your tongue. Put it wherever you want, man. Thank you very much. Patrick C., the member, Patrick C., says, I identify as whatever week is being celebrated, unless I don't like it, in which case I identify as drunk. Thank you, Patrick. Tammy A. wants to join the joke club as well. Thank you, Tammy A., for the Hamilton. You member you. She says, JG, have you heard of the lesbian dinosaur? It's called Lick-a-lot-of-puss. I have a feeling these aren't the last lesbian jokes we're going to hear. But a lesbian week, come on. Come on. But that's what we're doing. And you thought they were just going to make a simple announcement and this is what week it is. Moving on with your life. No. Don't be ridiculous. You know these people get special treatment. Where do you think they got invited to? We're going to get to that. I'm like, keep the answer to yourself. Derek Marsick says, shiny faceosaurus. That one's true too. But just not the whole face, just from here down. Glistening, glazed donut. Love and Live 10. What's up? Glad to have you here. Mike, what's up, man? Thank you, Mike Lang, with the $20 hey, super sticker. Appreciate that. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Old Sweet Dick Malone, what's going on, man? He says, I just hit 200 in Keno. Hey, good job. Isn't that one of them bar games you play? Oh, man. I hope you win much more. Much, much more. Okay, people. Moving on. Remember, the question is, where did they get invited to? Oh, my goodness. DMW Shots 24/7. What up, man? Good to see you in here. Also, Run, Joe, Run. Golly. Now, we know in real life, he can't run. Although they want to show him doing these little jogs. Like, see? He's not a decrepit old fuck. We're showing you clips of him jogging lightly. Terrell Higgins. Longtime watcher, and it's cool to see how you transition. Thank you, man. Thank you for sticking with me. I appreciate that. Thank you for your time. Also, so yeah, Joe threw his doiby into the ring again to run for president for a second time. Holy shit. Now, I know a lot of those familiar comments, those familiar thoughts are welling up in your mind where there's no fucking way. There's no way. There's no way that they would. I know. And do we have a new Uncle Phil? Remember James Avery, R.I.P., Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? He's gone now, but do we have a new one? And I'm talking about Phil Jackson. That's right. The famous Hall of Fame NBA coach, took Jordan to all those championships. The Lakers, big time. Phil Jackson, you know him. He's dropping some truth bombs on these bitches, and the bitches don't like it. But we do. So what does that mean? It means we're not bitches. Leonard S., thank you. He says, Hunter denies his daughter. Brandon denies his granddaughter. Corrupt media is silent. Yeah, that's some terrible shit. But I did hear yesterday that the judge in the case, the paternity case or whatever, the child support case dealing with Hunter Biden and the daughter that he had with some stripper chick, the judge did order that he had to be present for the court dates. So he can't just send his lawyers or whatever. He has to be present. And I don't care how much money you have, man. It doesn't matter your status, your status, the money or whatever, man. If you have kids in the world, you got to take care of them. Especially if you're the father, because we've seen the results of not having a father in your life. So bottom line. And the more resources you have, the bigger pieces. Well, no, I shouldn't even say that, because I can't say that, because it's not about your resources. That's not what's most important in a child's life with their father. It's learning from their father, watching their father protecting them, and just all the unspoken things that your children learn from you and gain from you as a parent. So they're pieces of shit, man. You got the Sloppy Joe is in the White House. He's a resident of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and you don't acknowledge your granddaughter? That's fucked up. Hunter Biden, you don't acknowledge your daughter? That's fucked up. You're a piece of shit. How do you go through life? How do you go throughout the world, go about your daily business, knowing that you have a child in the world, but you don't see it and you don't give a fuck? And in the age of information, you know what's going to happen to that kid. You know what kind of problems that kid is going to have. You know that 80% of inmates, adult inmates, come from single parent homes. 80%, 90% of homeless, 90% of homeless youth, 90 fucking percent come from single parent homes. 70% of juveniles that are incarcerated, juvenile prisoners, I guess, juvenile inmates, come from single parent homes. Whatever, right? Whatever. My man, Nico Giorgio. Nico Giorgio, what's up, man? Newly retired and shit. Thank you for the Hamilton. He says, hey, JG, can you say hi to my daughter, Nicole? She says, you seem like a cool dad, and she loves when you do the New York accent. Great show as always. Well, of course, I can say what's up to Cole Giorgio. Also, I assume she lives in New York. You got a good one there, Nicole. You got a good one. And thank you both for watching today and spending your time here. Yeah, I'm a pretty cool dad. Sometimes, believe me, I can be very uncool, but for the most part, yeah, my kids are pretty good. They allow me to. They allow parenting to be pretty easy most of the time. Believe me, they have their moments. I wanted to pull my son's face off yesterday, but I didn't. What's up to you, Nicole? Appreciate it. And one more thing. What does a racist DA, district attorney, sound like? You might think to yourself, man, I have never heard a racist district attorney. Well, I'm going to show you one. Charles Turner Jr., what up, man? I can't wait. Oh, and speaking of New York, you got the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, who is a life-size turd. He is saying that Biden's border policy is destroying New York City. The hypocrisy. You are the one who made that city a sanctuary city. You made it a sanctuary for illegals. What does the word sanctuary mean? You guys know I love to look up words. That's how I learn shit. Sanctuary. Not the dispensary. There's a sanctuary dispensary. No, that's not what I'm looking for. It says sanctuary. Definition. It's a noun. It means a place of refuge or safety. Meaning if you come here, you can feel safe. We will take care of you. So that's the bat signal that you put up in the sky. And now you're waving your finger. You're wagging your finger at Sloppy Joe for his policy. It's a combination of his and yours. Because I know New York City has extra buses. I know New York City can get their hands on some airplanes and fly all these sons of bitches back home. But that's not what you did. You gave them accommodations. You gave them hotels. You gave them, remember, what is it? It was some Black something island in New York where they took 500 illegal men, war age men. What the fuck are you doing up here? Put them in this room, this big, huge tent, fluff and fold laundry service, 24-hour snacks, phone stations they call home for free, South American food so they wouldn't miss home, and PlayStation 5s or Xbox, whatever it was. What? So how about you don't make it so accommodating and so comfortable and nice for them to come here? Eric, you dumbass. I'll tell you who's not a dumbass. This man right here, Joe Mello. Thank you, man. He says, hey, JG in chat, how's everyone doing? I'm doing good, man. How are you? And sorry, Joe Mello, as you probably know, because you were there last week, no double impact tonight. Oh, I know, man. I know. I get it. But thank you, man. I appreciate that. So, Sloppy Joe, your border policy is destroying my city, but I made it a sanctuary city and I give them all kinds of cool shit. Fucking dummy. Jana Lynn. Hey, y'all. Hey, you. Welcome. Jessica Juarez says that's more than foster kids get in this country. Are you, Jessica, wait a minute. Are you saying that our government, federal and state, would treat people who broke into this country and came here illegally better than American citizens? Nah, fuck out of here. No way. Lord Baby 42, welcome. Welcome up in this. So, why don't we talk about L Week? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's find out where these people got to go, where they were invited to. Makes me wish I was a lesbian this week. Lesbian Visibility Week. Hey, do you lesbians feel unseen? Do we need to carve out a week for you to be seen? Because I thought we saw you. I thought we saw you. But I guess we didn't. I guess we overlooked you. But check this out. Since it's, you know what? My B. Here we go. We're going to share this together. Just so fucking dumb. Lesbian Visibility Week. What? You're visible. We see you. And all the other members of your fucking group. We see you. Shit. Oh man, you know there was just puss licking going on here. As soon as they left this podium, they were scissoring their hearts out. What did he say on South Park? Scissor me timbers. Look at that. Let's check in.
Visibility and representation are. Today, I'm honored to welcome the cast of The L Word and Generation Q, two Showtime series that chronicle the friendship, the love, the challenges, and the triumphs of strong, funny, and resilient queer women.
I wonder on the TV show, did they cover the domestic violence that takes place between these strong, powerful, talented, whatever people she was talking about? 72% chance of experiencing domestic violence in a relationship.
Up here with me are the amazing, talented actresses.
They are amazing, not because of their acting skills. They're amazing because the bottom half of their face glistens.
Who play those very roles. Jennifer Beals, Leisha Haley, and Catherine Menig, and the show's co-creator, writer, and executive producer, Eileen Shakin.
What a collection of just ugly women. They probably have ugly vaginas too. Their vaginas probably look like, fellas, if you ever been barbecuing, like some carne asada or something, you drop a piece in the dirt, and for a split second you contemplate, should I clean this shit off and put it back on the grill? Ugh.
After hearing from them briefly at the podium today, the cast will meet with LGBTQI plus staffers of the Biden-Harris administration to talk about our administration's work to advance full equality for our community.
How do you not have who in this country does not have full equality? I would venture to say that people who are in this country illegally have more equality than the people who were born here. What do you want that you don't already have? Because right now, I see 5 clam eaters on stage at the White House. We see you. You made it. So what do you want? We got this little chocolate patty, this little glistening face, lesbian right here, every single day on TV, doing a horrible job. What do you want that you don't already have, ladies?
Last year, I had the personal privilege of attending the filming of an episode showcasing the marriage of 2 characters, Bet and Tina, a moment.
This is so fun. What a dream come true for Chocolate Patty. How awesome is that? You ever seen Chocolate Patty get this excited and happy about something that benefits Americans? You ever seen her get giggly over some policy that Sloppy Joe has put in place that benefits us? I haven't. I've never seen her this happy before behind the podium. You little shit.
That meant so much to queer women across the country. Even though I grew up in one of the most diverse cities in the world, as some of you know, I grew up in New York City. As a young queer woman of color, I felt alone.
Oh, queer woman and of color. Oh. Oh, you poor oppressed little thing. Oh, you're a queer woman and a woman of color in New York City. Oh my goodness. How did you survive? How did you make it? Oh.
And sometimes invisible. For so many people in our community, the L Word's impact cannot be understated. Being able to see diverse narratives that reflect our lives is incredibly important. It is important that young people see characters on television and in the books who they can relate to, whose life stories and identities inspire them.
I thought we were doing that. I thought that's what was being done for years and years and years. You mean to tell me we have to change everything for this tiny little microscopic group of people that we can't even see without some kind of visual assistance? Let's see. She said she grew up as a woman of color and a queer, all that shit. Oh my goodness. But she went to the School of International and Public Affairs, the New York Institute of Technology. Man, you sound oppressed as shit.
To reach their highest potential. It's important that LGBTQI plus people are represented in government, shows, and institutions across the country. And this work is more important than ever as the LGBTQI plus community continues to face relentless attacks from some Republicans across the country.
Relentless? How? Because we don't want a bunch of grown-ass men bumping and grinding in front of kids? You know what it sounded like? Oh wait. Hold on.
From books bans to don't say gay laws, MAGA
lies, and lies. Banning books? You mean we don't want pornography available for school-age children? You've seen the clips. You've seen the parents bringing the books to the school board meetings and shit. Images of men going down on each other and all that shit that you would read in a porno magazine. You know, the guy who delivers the pizza to the nymphomaniac. It's some shit like that. I don't want my kids reading that shit. And they're not banning books. We're not talking Nazis here. We're not banning books that nobody can read. We don't want inappropriate material in school available to children, you sick little fucker.
Extremists want to roll back the visibility and progress we fought so hard to achieve. But LGBTQI plus youth are resilient. And you've heard me say this before. You've heard the president say this before. They are fierce. They fight back. They aren't going anywhere. And there are people from the White House, from the president to the vice president to this administration and beyond who have their back.
When are you going to have our back? Do you guys have the undeniable feeling that they don't give a fuck about us? If you're not part of the whatever she was saying, fuck you. That's all they talk about. We have your back. Trans kink, you're under attack. That's all they talk about. What more signs do you need to know that this administration don't give a fuck about the American people? Unless you're part of the or you're fucking blah, 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 blah. You know what it sounded like backstage after all these women got done? It was just scissoring their fucking hearts out. Till they start smoking. They're going like this, they'll smoke. And someone like, who is smoking salmon in here? Faces, they come up glistening. Fucking gross. Fucking gross. I'm so sick and tired of hearing about this shit. Lesbian Visibility Week. If they're not visible, then I don't know who is. I don't know who is. Stevie Wonder's sitting there saying, I get it. I fucking see you. I can't even see, and I see you. Or it'd be more like this. I can see you. I can't even see, and I can see you. I'm tired of seeing you. JL says, come on, Jericho. It's almost dinner time. Oh, my bad. Come on. Is this fucking necessary? Look at her little giddy, happy ass. You haven't been happy for us ever. What have you done for us? When have you ever done your job so well that it made you smile? When have you made us smile? Oh, I got to meet the cast. This is the cast of the hour. Shut the fuck up. Nobody give a shit about you fucking glistening, shiny faced bitches. That's who you invite to the White House? Man, I used to think it was special to get invited to the White House. If I ever got invited to the White House, I'd be like, man, I made it. Look, Ma, I made it. Now, if I got an invite to the White House, I don't know. Let me check my schedule. Now, if somebody else gets into the White House, I would definitely go. But if this administration, nah, I'm cool. I promised my neighbor I'd help him pick the dingleberries out of his dog's ass. Can't make it, guys. Sorry. Thank you again, Leonard S. He says, is it racist to call Corinne curly? I don't think so. She has curly hair. Do you mean curly from the Three Stooges? Yeah. I think it'd be funny if you were calling her curly from the Three Stooges. I wouldn't think so, but of course they would, because they look. Is that racism? Where is it? I smell it. I know it. Racism is in here somewhere. I'm going to find it. Feed Up Media, thank you. He says, he or she says, they say, sup JG in chat. In reference to your equation of vag to carne asada, in Hawaii we call it teriyaki meat. They definitely got teriyaki meat. Fucking meat Claytons. Oh my goodness. How sick was that to see? Why are you doing that? Why are you wasting your fucking time with this shit? Inviting the cast of the L Word to the White House. Didn't that show come on TV like 15 years ago? You're exactly right, Hoser. Thank you again. He says, this is just another shiny object to distract. It would have to be, because that has no substance whatsoever. I could not give less of a shit about the cast of the L Word and Lesbian Visibility Week. What a fucking waste. Time, resources, brain power. What a fucking waste. God. That's all they talk about is the Alphabet Soup Group and the Ku Klux Trans. Here's an idea, federal government. Why don't you guys have, I don't know, Fight Against Child Trafficking Week? What do you think of that? Why don't you have a week celebrating the First and Second Amendment? Why don't you celebrate some shit like that? Why don't you have a family celebration week? Why don't you have a week celebrating real men, the type of men who built this fucking country? Why don't you have a real woman week? Why don't you celebrate some shit like that? What the fuck is this? And also, what makes it even more ridiculous is that you've never been more visible in the history of this country. So at your most visible, you want to have a week celebrating your visibility? Lala HK says, man, you preaching to the choir. I got to preach to somebody, Lala. Because all the other people are too afraid to come into our sanctuary. Holy shit. Maybe invite the officers who shot that sick bitch in Tennessee. Never mind. You guys were inviting the Tennessee 3 instead. You invited the 3 jackasses who were expelled. That's who you invite from Tennessee? Could have invited the family of the victims, staff members from the school, students from the school, the victims' families. Nope. That's not who you picked to invite to the White House. Get the L Word. I'm telling you, here come all the other weeks. And this is L week, right? What's the first letter? L, LGBT, blah, blah, blah. So next comes the G, then the B. What's the B? You got bisexual week? What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? So you have the L week, the B week, the G week, and then comes the worst week of all, T week. Oh my goodness. Solomon Gray, there was a third one. That lady, because there are two colors and a white woman. So, of course, the two black guys are prominently displayed close to Sloppy Joe and Kamala. But there's a couple times where they did a wide shot, and the white lady, she's kind of sitting off. She's wearing a big, colorful, like blue and yellow dress. So she was there, but she's fucking white. We can't get too much sympathy for a white woman. Put her off on the edge of the couch and bring the colors in close. You bring them colors close to me so we can get them on the camera. I got an election coming up next year, and the colors need to think I like them. Works every time. What the guy say in Anchorman? 60% of the time. Works every time. Leonard S. again, thank you, man. Dems know something conservatives do not know. One activist who feels oppressed is worth maybe 20 passive people who may not even vote. That's true. Emotional topic, repetition. They're going to beat you over the head with these two young jackasses who haven't even smelled oppression in their life, and they're 20-some years on Earth. I think they're both like 27 or 28. Haven't even sniffed oppression. But that's going to be their poster child. They were sitting next to Sloppy Joe and Kamala. They're probably going to trot him out on the campaign trail. See that? These guys got expelled for trying to protect the kids. So trying to enact more gun laws and more restrictions on gun ownership is protecting kids? I thought guns protected kids. I thought good people with guns protected children. Alien testosterone. How dare you? How dare you, age bigot jerk? Call me what you will. I just, I don't know. I think it's weird to have somebody so young in charge. I don't think you've done enough and had enough life experience to be in charge of people. I don't know. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. That's how I feel about it. Tell me if I'm wrong. What do you think? Cody and Jesse Salazar, welcome. Thank you for being here. Yeah, everything's back asswards. Up is down, down is up, men are women, women are men, hot is cold, dark is light, all that bullshit. It's so stupid. And we're being dragged down with the rest of these dummies. We're kicking and screaming, saying, what the fuck are you talking about? But we're sinking with them. They're pulling us down with them. I wish we could cut America in half. All the jackasses over on that side. That'd be great. And this fool's running for round 2. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. No. No. He is. He is. So, let's hear a district attorney from Alameda County. And Alameda County is where, hold on a second. So this is the district attorney for Alameda County, which Oakland is in. Good old Oakland. Anybody, do you guys, When you hear Oakland, do you think good news or bad news? When you hear Oakland, do you think, oh, that's that city in California? Or do you think, oh, shit, Oakland is California's Florida? Remember, before DeSantis got there, Florida, somebody doing something fucked up, somebody gets caught fucking an alligator, Florida. Somebody's on meth chewing somebody's face off, Florida. Some toothless sister fucker does something, gets his hand caught in a cow's ass or something, whatever crazy shit it was, Florida. Hey man, I ain't no pusher. They told me I wouldn't fuck that gator. Florida. But when you hear something fucked up, some smash and grab, carjacking, something crazy, Oakland. Well, this is the district attorney. This is the highest ranking law enforcement person, official in Alameda County. What does she have to say? And obviously they must have filmed this video on Casual Friday.
Some people often say, why does it matter that you're the first Black woman to serve in this seat?
I would ask that question because I don't think that makes a fucking difference.
And they don't know. They need to understand the reality of being Black in Alameda County.
Really?
If you are a Black person in Alameda County, you are 20 times more likely to be incarcerated than a white person. If you're a Black person in Alameda County, 50% of the people on probation are Black, and 66% of the people in Santa Rita County Jail are Black.
But that has absolutely nothing to do with the shattered homes in Alameda County and the broken families and the fact that Black folks are committing most of the crimes. That has nothing to do with it. All racism, baby.
86% of all juvenile felony arrests in this county are either Black or brown children.
86%. That's damn near all of them.
And when we looked at the data for life without the possibility of parole, over 70% of the people convicted in this county and serving a sentence of life without the possibility of parole, 70% are Black.
And this is coming from the district attorney. You're the one who's the boss of all these prosecutors. So if they're prosecuting at this rate, what does that mean? That either means that, well, that's because the Black folks are committing most of the crimes, or it means that you suck at your job because you can't control your people. What is that on her head? You look ridiculous. You got that curly fry wig on your fucking head and you're wearing a sweatshirt with some Pan-African bullshit colors on it. Lady, if I were your boss, your ass would be fired quick.
Those who were given that sentence under the age of 26, over 72% are Black. Are under the age of 26, but of those who are under the age of 21, when they receive the sentence of life without the possibility of parole, over 82% are Black. The racial injustice in this county is what we all need to be firmly committed against. Black and brown people are the most impacted. Some people are
racial injustice? So what do you want the police to do? Stop arresting Black folks when they see you commit? Oh, hold on. Look at this. Look at this. Ignorant shit.
It's all over. So let's pick up. It's all over.
Medical professionals. How many different flavors of fucked up is that? How many different levels of unsanitary are we dealing with by putting cash money on a newborn? That shit is retarded. She is retarded. What are you the racial injustice? You're the top law enforcement official. What are you doing? Either you're not doing your job or they're right. They should be arresting them and prosecuting them. So from them being arrested to them being convicted, where are you? How come you haven't gotten your black ass in there to help these black people? All these statistics, these black and brown statistics you're rattling off. How come you're not using your power and influence to do something about it? Alameda County is fucked. Look at that woman. Well, Jericho, what is her, what does her appearance have to do with anything? Are you kidding me? Let some white district attorney or some white city official get up there, not only even coming into the office, not even that. I'm talking about standing in front of a podium at a press conference like she was, wearing a sweatshirt that has a Confederate flag on it. Because to me, that's the same as that Pan-African bullshit that you're peddling, that you're wearing on that sweatshirt. What would happen to them? Exactly. That press conference would turn into their fucking, their stepping down press conference. You know, while you're up there, go ahead and announce your resignation because you're fired for coming into work like that. And to come out, okay, people, let's talk about something. And I don't know that I've even ever talked about this that much on my channel, but I'm going to because fuck it. That woman wearing that fucking I don't like weaves. Now, wigs are different because all you're doing is you're covering up your hair. Who knows? Maybe that woman has alopecia or some shit. I don't know. But a weave? What you're doing is you're taking another human being's hair and you're weaving it into your own. So you can't be bald-headed and have a weave, because weave means you're weaving this other person's hair into your hair. You have to have hair already to have a weave. Why do you think so little of yourself to where you have to put enough? They get hair for weaves from other people in India, Korea, and some of those, maybe some other countries. The women grow their hair, have it cut off, and they process it and send it to America, because that's over a $10 billion industry in America alone. And then the way that young black girls are poisoned with that mindset that your hair isn't good enough, your nappy hair. You're sorry, your hair is not good enough. What comes out of your body naturally, your natural self is not good enough. That's what you're telling that little girl. You're not good enough. And until you get this, you ain't shit. Talking about the hair, you nappy ass hair. Got to comb through this hair. And as soon as they're old enough, you put some other fucking woman's hair in theirs. That shit is weird to me. I don't get it. My daughter, she wanted her hair braided. And she said, I want extensions in my hair. I was like, nope. Whatever you got is what you got. Yeah, Authentically Kennedy. Also, black kids with perm hair. Yeah, you're taking chemicals and high heat and straightening out this little kid's hair. 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old. The psychological damage, that's what really bothers me. The psychological damage. And I told my daughter, no, You're not getting extensions. Well, however long your hair is when it gets braided, that's how long it is, sweetheart. You are perfectly fine the way you are. You don't need any accoutrement. You are perfect the way you are. Now, when she gets 18 years old and she wants to do all this shit and blah, 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 hey, that's you, girl. But as long as you're in this house, you are going to understand that your natural hair, your natural appearance is perfect. Period. Careless says, what about the weave and braids that damage their hair? I don't know as far as like just having braids. It is a bit painful in the beginning because your hair is being pulled constantly to make those tight braids. But I don't know of any damage that braiding does, because braids, you're not using any chemicals. You're just doing a hairstyle. And she had it in for a while, and then she took it out. Now she's, back to her regular hair. But nah, man, I just don't like that. I don't like the psychological damage. I don't like anybody telling a kid the way you are naturally isn't good enough. That's fucked up. That shit is fucked up, and I don't like it. And I don't. Never mind. We'll end it there. Not a fan. I wish every woman knew. I wish every woman knew that you especially as a young girl, that you're just fine. You're perfectly fine the way you are. If you want to get this, okay, fine. But don't get it because you think that what you have naturally isn't good enough. Don't ever think that. Raquita Johnson says, what up, Raquita? Braids and weaves only damage if you do not take care of your own hair in that style. Agreed. But I'm talking about the psychological damage for a woman or a young girl to think that my hair that grows out of my scalp is not good enough. That's fucked up. That is fucked up. That's what I think. So, new Dr. Phil? Let's see. Phil Jackson. Uh-oh. I bet Phil got some backlash. Fucking asshole. Okay. Ooh, this should be interesting. Ex-Lakers star reacts to Phil Jackson admitting he doesn't watch NBA anymore. Quote, it's all political. So let me see. Fuck it. I don't need to share the screen. So it says, Hall of Fame NBA coach Phil Jackson said over the weekend that he isn't paying attention to today's game for a specific reason. And Meta Sandiford Artest, so he's not Meta World Peace anymore, has an opinion on why that is. Let's see. Jackson told the Tetragrammaton with Rick Rubin. What the fuck? I guess the name of Rick Rubin's podcast. That's whose podcast he was on. Rick Rubin, one of the founders of Def Jam Records, has his fingerprints on some of the greatest hip hop hits. Podcast that he hasn't watched the NBA since the bubble happening during the 2019-2020 season in Orlando. Quote, Phil Jackson says they did something that was kind of wonky. What exactly did they do? Jackson didn't necessarily like seeing the words equality, justice, and others on the backs of players' jerseys. Of course, this was a time of social unrest in the country due to George Floyd, the patron saint of fentanyl, murder, and Black Lives Matter movement. That's bullshit. And this is on foxnews.com. And they're calling Black Lives Matter a movement. Fuck you, Fox. The NBA and its players wish to make a statement when they returned to play in the bubble. They had things on their backs like justice. I made a little funny thing like justice just went to the basket and equal opportunity just knocked him down. So my grandkids thought this was pretty funny to play up those names, so I couldn't watch that, Jackson said. Sandiford Artest, what the fuck? Formerly known as Ron Artest and Meta World Peace for a time, told Brandon Scoot B. Robinson that he believes Jackson's comments could be due to a lack of communication or not understanding others' perspectives. Quote, nobody's coming with any program to bring people together. It's all political, Sandiford Artest said. Keep in mind, I'm a politician. I'm from Queensbridge, but I think people don't really understand the trauma. In 2020, there was much confusion with the COVID-19 pandemic starting in March, but the bubble in the NBA was a hot topic because many players simply did not feel comfortable returning to play with the pandemic and Black Lives Matter movement being top priorities. Fuck out of here. Sandiford Artest further explained, this is locker room talk, barbershop talk, grocery store talk, especially with George Floyd with Black Lives Matter, right? And so from that perspective, everybody's so helpless, he said. I did, even though I'm not going to take my political stance, but I did feel helpless. I felt helpless and confused. I definitely wanted to do something about it, but I felt our people didn't have a voice. So people and the athletes do it and have their views, but when people say things, people have to be a little more direct. Is it the players or is it the executives? Who are you targeting? Because once again, the players are going to say something first. I'm a former player. I say that because there has to be a balance. What the fuck is he talking about? So I guess Phil Jackson doesn't know what he's talking about. He needs to talk to more fucking players because the players didn't have a voice, really. How do you bring two groups together? Like, these people don't get it, politicians, and they don't talk about the right things. You got to dig into it, and also you have to create balance. And that's the thing you can't be in. You can't be in it trying to make a quick buck. There's no programs and culture. There's no programs, and the culture is like, where's the culture at? Like, where is it? The holidays are great, but with some holidays, you got to bring these people together. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't, man. You need gatherings, and without that, it's always going to be confusing. It's always going to be some type of imbalance as a country as people focus on balance, and it's always going to be like that. Am I the only one who did not understand what the fuck he was talking about? I don't understand. But I feel the same way Phil Jackson did. Like, that shit was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous to have that shit on the back of their jerseys. Injustice, racism. They actually had shit that said, believe me, listen to me. What? What kind of grown-ass fucking man is going to have some shit on the back of his jersey that says, believe me and listen to me? Listen to me say what? Believe what? What am I saying that you need to believe or listen to? These people are fucking millionaires. Shut the fuck up. Dribble your ball and jump real high. What do you mean they didn't have a voice? If they didn't have a voice, then why are they putting that stupid shit on their back? Why were they painting that bullshit on the court if they don't have a voice? A voice. Get the fuck out of here. You got too much of a voice. Your voice is too loud. Ron Fuego, thank you again. He says, shroom party. You dropping shrooms right now, Ron? Sounds cool. I did shrooms a few times back in the day. It was fun till it wasn't. But when it was fun, oh man, it was a great time. Wetworks 57, thank you for the Hamilton. He says, buy the kids an ice cream cone. All right, I sure will. Now, when their mom says, why are they eating all this damn ice cream? I'm telling Wetworks 57 told me to buy them a damn ice cream cone. So technically, it's not my fault because Wetworks 57 gave me the money. Lord Bibby, 42. Thank you. The world needs more fathers like you, amigo. Great parenting right there. Now let's do some shrooms, amigo. I can't do shrooms, man. I can't do it. I'm too old to do shrooms. Well, I shouldn't say I'm too old. I'm just, when the hell do I have time to do shrooms? I'm never away from my family long enough to trip balls. I can't do that. And I certainly, what a waste of shrooms if you're tripping in front of your family. Oh my God. No way, man. If I were single, I'd probably still be shrooming because it was fun. But the last time that I did it was not fun. So maybe I couldn't do it because I'd always have that in the back of my mind. But with a clear mind, yeah, I would do shrooms again. Look at Molly Means in here. She says it's 4:20. Now everybody's going to start sparking up. Literally, Kennedy, you only need 10 hours. I don't know that I've had 10 hours away from my family. I don't think so. The kids aren't gone for 10 hours at school. In the right setting, if the planets align, maybe years from now when my kids are out of the house and it's just me and my wife and we got the empty nest syndrome, maybe I'll do some shrooms in, but I just don't see the time right now. But boy, I tell you, man, the first couple times I took shrooms, that shit was fun. Man, that was fun. I never laughed so much in my damn life. Oh my goodness. I mean, your stomach hurts where you have to get up and leave the room. Where somebody got you laughing so hard, you have to leave the room. I can't be around you. That shit was fun. But it doesn't feel right. It's not the right time, man. The amazing Wong. Thank you for being here. JG, Rick Ross offered Don Lemon a job at Wingstop as a fryer. I saw that shit. He said, he's like, I know you do your thing with that lemon pepper. He's like, I'll give you a job. He said, send me your resume. And he's like, oh, shit. He's like, never mind. You've been at CNN for 17 years. That shit's funny. Mitchell McNeely, a friend of mine, told me he saw the AIDS virus when we were shrooming. I think what he meant was he got the AIDS virus when he was shrooming. And that's fucked up, man. Check on that guy. Check in on him. Make sure he's good. Make sure he's not coughing blood to a handkerchief like Tom Hanks in Philadelphia. Heidi Boo says, you'll just laugh, JG. It's harmless if you're in a good setting. But I can't be in a good setting. If my kids are around, it's not a good setting. I cannot trip off shrooms in front of my kids. I can't. Can't do it. I can't do it. And Careless is going to snap us back into reality. No more drug talk. Careless said, and thank you, Careless. It says, no primary debate for Biden and the Democrats because they know Biden is senile and the election is going to be stolen. I wish I could, I wish I could convincingly say, unequivocally say, you're wrong, Careless. You're wrong. But I can't. Rome 13 says, Philadelphia is after Jenny gave Forrest AIDS. It could be. That's fucked up. But then where did Antonio Banderas come from? You know, Forrest ain't switching teams. But no primary for Joe Biden. From their standpoint, it kind of makes sense because you can't put that motherfucker out. You imagine last time he was in the basement. Imagine putting that fool on the campaign trail because you don't have the sweet and sour sniffles to hide behind now. You can't say, oh, well, 6 feet and all that bullshit. And I better stay here. You don't have that to hide behind anymore. So imagine him hitting the campaign trail. Could he even do it? I guarantee you there would be multiple times that, Sloppy Joe had to cancel his speech here and there, citing, whatever. citing health concerns, citing fatigue. He don't got it. And not to say it's just because he's 80 years old. It's because he's Joe Biden. It's because he's sloppy Joe. He can't do it. Those 3 aneurysms and an embolism is going to catch up with his ass. He can't handle that kind of intensity. He can't handle hitting the fucking trail for weeks and months on end. No way. And you're still a resident of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. So you still gotta get out there in front of the cameras every week and talk about how you have the Ku Klux trans back and shit, and how the trans kids are being attacked. How are you gonna keep up all that shit? And you gotta deliver kilos of coke to Ukraine every once in a while? How are you gonna do all that, sloppy Joe? You don't got it. That's why you were hiding out in Ireland for all that time. When he first got to Ireland, it wasn't Ireland. It was when he went to Canada. He looked like absolute shit when he went to Canada. He looked pale, sallow, tired, drained. What's up, Abby? Everybody, Abby's leaving work. Good for you, Abby. Good for you. Enjoy that freedom. You kidding me? He looked like shit when he went to Canada. And then he goes and hides in Ireland for like a week or so. What you going to Ireland for? Why are you going to Ireland? I ain't got nothing against Ireland or their people. Why? But why are you spending a week in Ireland? Is that one of our most powerful allies or something? Does Ireland have some issues? Why are you going to Ireland? Man, please, this motherfucker is. And then in his commercial, his campaign ad, not once did he mention his accomplishments. He did, because that's what I would do. I think that's what anybody would do. If you're halfway through your term, you should have gotten some things done by then. You're halfway there. You're almost done. So I hope you've gotten some things done. So here they are. I did this. I enacted this. I signed this into law. We did this. We changed that. We made this better. I went over and made peace here. I shook hands. I did all this shit. Here are my accomplishments. Let them speak for themselves. Here you go. Huh? Take that, America. Yeah. There you go. That's what I did. Take that. They can't do that. Why? Because he ain't done shit. Now, if sniffing young people and being confused were the jobs of the president, go ahead and give him a second term right now. You're going to be the first president in history to be elected to a second term in the middle of your first one because you nailed it. Nailed it. Because nobody does confused. Nobody does sniffing kids or not knowing what the fuck to say like Sloppy Joe. Nobody does it better. Remember that James Bond movie? Nobody does it better. Was that? I think that was Roger Moore. Roger Moore. Pussy Galore. As a kid, I remember seeing Pussy Galore in that James Bond movie. I looked at my parents. I looked at the TV. What? This is on TBS? That woman's name is Pussy Galore? What's up, Abby? Thank you very much. You newly off of work person, you. She says, I want to hear Loco Cortez, you motherfucker. Her womb is so polluted. She can have my fucking baby, man. There you have it, Abby. Loco Cortez, you little corrupt, slimy shithead, you. But in the ad, all he was saying was, America and justice and equality and blah, blah, blah. And there were pictures of him and Kamala together. That was probably the worst part. You know what, guys? Why don't we watch that together? That's how we're going to wrap up this live stream today on this Wednesday, April 26, 2023. We are going to watch Sloppy Joe's ad campaign. Yay. Yay. Oh, man. Oh, boy. There it is. Let's wait for the little ad here. Oh, why would they show this? No, what the fuck is it? And another thing they show you in the campaign ad is he's jogging. There's a few scenes of him jogging. Clown ass motherfucker. Okay, here we go, guys. We're gonna suffer through this as one. That's why I'm running for re-election.
That's why I'm running for re-election, because I know America.
In that video,
Man, what the? I swear.
I'm thinking of
Oh, here we go. Hold on a second.
all of you today. I know the right.
Wait a minute. I swear. Yeah. If I punch in Biden campaign ad, which one do you think I want to see? YouTube? You think I want to see the one from 2 years ago? No. I want to see the one from 2 days ago, obviously. Fuck. Hold on a second. Obviously, I don't want to see the old one. Holy shit. Why would you show me the old one? Who wants to see that shit? I swear to God. Okay, here's the new ad. Are they going to show the whole thing? Or is it going to be some bullshit? Oh, no. It's the whole thing. This is so terrible. And it's full of such bullshit. Okay, here we go, guys. You ready? It is full of such bullshit. Not one accomplishment. Please let me know if you hear one. And what are they starting off with? First scene, J6.
Freedom. Personal freedom.
Wait a minute. You knew he fucked up right after he said that. That's why they cut it off right there. He looked like he was about to say something stupid.
Is fundamental to who we are as Americans. There's nothing more important, nothing more sacred. That's been the work of my first term, to fight for our democracy. This shouldn't be a red or blue issue. To protect our rights, to make sure that everyone in this country is treated equally and that everyone is given a fair shot at making it. But around the country, MAGA extremists are lining up to take on those bedrock freedoms, cutting Social Security that you paid for your entire life while cutting taxes from the very wealthy, dictating what healthcare decisions women can make, banning books, and telling people who they can love, all while making it more difficult for you to be able to vote.
I bet he didn't sniff that old lady's hair.
When I ran for president 4 years ago, I said we're in a battle for the soul of America, and we still are. The question we're facing is whether in the years ahead we have more freedom or less freedom, more rights or fewer.
Did you guys notice how slow he was signing his name? Like, he was really concentrating. He's 80 years old. Watch how slow he writes this. This man's 80 years old. How many times do you think he's signed his name, especially as an elected official? How many times do you think he's signed his name? I haven't signed my name nearly as many times as him, and I write it faster than that.
Is whether in the years ahead we have more freedom or less freedom, more rights or fewer. I know what I want the answer to be, and I think you do too. This is not a time to be complacent. That's why I'm running for re-election. Because I know America. I know we're good and decent people. I know we're still a country that believes in honesty and respect and treating each other with dignity.
Yeah, we believe that. You don't.
We're a nation where we give hate no safe harbor. We believe that everyone is equal, that everyone should be given a fair shot to succeed in this country.
Thank you for choosing us.
Diversity higher.
Every generation of Americans has faced a moment when they have to defend democracy. Stand up for our personal freedom. Stand up for the right to vote and our civil rights.
Thought they already did the civil rights movement and everybody could vote. Let's see. Yep, you can see right here that person's, let's see. Yeah. Oh, damn it. Hold on. That person's hand was in the way. Right here. Al Sharptongue, of course. Salacious race pimp himself. Sloppy Joe right here. And this is Maxine Waters right here. Did you know that between Maxine Waters and Sloppy Joe, they have been on this earth for 164 years? Between two people, both elected officials. 164 years. If you add this fuckface's age, 232 years right here. But he's not running for office. Fuck him. 164 between these two. You're in your 80s. Don't you guys want to be chilling? You know, retired? And what were they walking across? A bridge in Selma? Haven't we seen that picture before? That's already been done.
And this is our moment.
You see? You see him jogging a little bit? Who else would they show jogging? But they have to convince you, no, he's not a broke down old decrepit fucker. He can jog for 20 feet. Oh, yeah. And don't forget Kamala. It's a package deal.
We the people, democracy.
Hey, y'all fighting!
So if you're with me, go to joebiden.com and sign up. Let's finish this job. I know we can't.
Let's finish you off. I mean, the job.
Yeah, because this is the United States of America. There's nothing, simply nothing we cannot do if we do it together.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, guys, does that make you feel excited to hit those polls? Oh, my goodness. And was it me? Or did you notice a lot of people of color in that video? Like, there was some white people peppered in here, sprinkled in here and there. But there were a lot of people of color in that ads, in that campaign ad. So like, Molly Means, finish what job? Great question. I guess finish off America. I don't know. Brian King B says that's not even the real Biden. Real Biden was right-handed. Was he a lefty in there? Let's see. Let's go back. Unfortunately, let's go back. No, I think he was a righty when he was signing that whatever bullshit he was. That probably wasn't even a real bill he was signing. They just said, "Write on there, here, scribble on this piece of paper, you old bastard." It's right here.
We have more freedom or less freedom.
He
More
looks like
rights
a
or
righty.
fewer.
Let's see.
I know what I want the answer to be, and I think you do too. This is not a time to be complacent. That's why I'm running for re-election. Because I know America.
Sorry, I can't watch that again. So I think he's a righty in that video, King B. But I mean, there are many other things where you look at like an old picture of him. You look at an old picture of Biden, meaning one from 15, 20 years ago, and not even that old. Even though the first picture of him was probably taken with one of the cameras where you look in the thing, it's upside down. The guy holds that thing that, the gunpowder or whatever that goes off. All right, look into the camera. Here we go. Take the picture. Oh, nice picture there. Don't forget, the boys are coming home. The Japanese have surrendered. Make sure you have your Ovaltine. I'm sure his first picture was taken like that, but that was just fucking terrible. That was terrible. That was terrible. Not one accomplishment. Not one, this is what we did. This law, this policy. Not one. It was all a bunch of images of him and Al Sharpton and shit, and we shall overcome on the bridge. And your right to vote, and the Republicans, and July 6th. That was awful. If you actually did something, you could put your accomplishments up there and just sit back and enjoy the show. But you don't have any accomplishments. Unless you count fucking this country over, unless you count inflation and high gas prices, you accomplish that. Man, alien testosterone. Come on, JG, you know the thing. It's a thing there. So, if you were a potential Biden voter, what was in that campaign ad that energized you? What was in that campaign ad that made you say, that's my guy, I'm voting for him? Ingrid De La Rosa, that's right. Egg prices, those are high too. I should never see $8.95 anywhere near no fucking eggs in the grocery store, but that's what it is. And he did tell us that, inflation, it went down an inch. So we measure that in distance. I thought the inflation was measured in numbers and percentages. Now we're measuring it in distance. What the fuck? So how are they going to do it now? They can't hide him in the basement. He has to be out there. What are they going to do? Ken H. Sr., Werther's candies and popsicles. If that were what he was judged on, man, you should have put that in your fucking campaign ad. Because that's one of the very few things you've actually done. None of the things you've done have benefited this country. And what happened in the last election? How does that give us hope for the next one? Because you all know what you saw on the TV before you went to bed that night. Ken H. Sr., I don't hate on Ovaltine, man. I used to drink that when I was a kid. It's just old as fuck, that's all. I loved Ovaltine as a kid. Or Carnation instant breakfast. You're going to love it in an instant. But I don't know, man. What happened in the last election gives us absolutely no hope for the next one. We all know what we saw before we went to bed on the last election. We know. We saw the numbers. I saw, and I hope a lot of you saw, 2,000 Mules. If you haven't, stand by. Stand by. Make sure you have orange juice or snacks, the shit they give you after you donate blood, because you're going to lose 10 drops of anger blood watching that shit. Alien robot ghost. You ain't black. I guess I'm not. I guess I'm white as the driven snow, because I would never vote for that son of a bitch. Never. Eric Schultz, even the California election recall. That was some bullshit too. They stopped counting early. All kinds of fucked up shit. So yeah, it leaves you very disheartened when you see stuff like that. It makes you think they can do it whenever they want. They're going to do it again. I mean, shit. But I think Heidi Boo says, why vote? Well, I think that, yeah, fire mission, that's part of what I was going to say. Early voting, and make sure you get out and vote. This should be an unquestionable wave. An unquestionable wave of support for whoever runs against this fucker, who is probably going to be Trump. And there needs to be such an like we can't. Yeah, username 2000 Mules was a legit documentary, and all of the footage that they used, all of the security footage that they used in that documentary, every single second of security footage was from government cameras, because they were the surveillance cameras on government buildings where the people were turning in the ballots. So it's not from so-and-so's liquor store. It's not from somebody's Ring camera from across the street. This is from government cameras. It's fucking crazy. Vote in person, vote early. Don't rely on mail-in ballots. We can't. Don't rely on mail-in ballots, and don't give somebody your ballot to turn in. I don't care how old you are or how busy you are. Make time to drop that shit off yourself. The last election was a kick in the fucking nuts to us all. That shit hurt. It still hurts. Every time that fucking idiot steps out in front of a microphone or tries to back some stupid fucking policy or gets out there and says, we have your back, trans kids, you're being attacked. Every time it hurts. And it's almost like, what do we do? What do we do? How do we fight against that? Are we defeated? Are they going to do this to us every single time? Are we just fucked forever? We're never, the Republicans, the right, conservatives, whatever, we're never going to win another election? And think of what happens. Just think for a second what would happen if Sloppy Joe was reelected through whatever means. Then what would we do? What would you do if that fool was put in there again? After seeing his performance, if you want to call it that, Ukraine, all that shit. Ukraine, sweet and sour sniffles, inflation, taxes, all of that. And he gets in there again? Raquita Johnson, it feels like the Dems are protecting a handicapped child in power. They know he's incapable, but pride is a mother. It is. Oh, you know they ain't going to admit for a second that they were wrong or Trump was right or conservatives are good, anything like that. Hell no, they'll go to their grave before they do that. The way that they handled J6, the J6 committee that ended up being disbanded. How are you going to disband a committee with the worst atrocity in American history, worse than Pearl Harbor, worse than 9/11 or the Civil War? Who said that? Kamala and Sloppy Joe. And others. It's a very hopeless, helpless feeling. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Everybody should have to show up unless this is how it used to be in California. Unless you requested a mail-in ballot, you didn't get one. Purple Jacks, I would say catch me on Rumble on Tuesdays and catch me on locals.com, Jericho Green at locals.com on Monday. You ain't got to worry about it there. But in California, and I'm sure other states, unless you requested, he had a written request for a mail-in ballot, you didn't get one. You had to take your ass to the voting booth. And that's how it should be. Now, California handles that. They send them out because of sweet and sour sniffles. They send them to everybody, whether you ask or not. How can that be good? How can that be right? You got to get off your fucking ass and go vote. Get your lazy ass up and go vote. There's no mail-in anymore. You got to go. You got to go to the poll. Show up. This is what they did to us. I'll never do another mail-in ballot. Well, I've gotten mail-in ballots before because I requested it, but I never put them in the mail, is what I should say. I never put them in the mail. I would get the ballot at home, fill it out, and either myself or my wife would take it and drop it off in the ballot box. Never put that shit in the mail. I worked at the post office. Do you know the kind of people they hire at the post office? Let me tell you something I saw one time. I was working as a clerk during the holidays. Somebody was sending a case of expensive wine through the mail for Christmas. I saw somebody, they had, what do they call them? The OTRs. There's these big, these cage things, these big things on wheels. And the front of them, there's like a net, like a cargo net on the front. And you throw the letters in, and when they get to a certain height, you put the cargo net up, and it holds the mail inside. And you you fill it up with the mail and packages and stuff. Or these are packages, not letters. Somebody took that case of wine, put it at the bottom of the OTR. Somebody else was shipping a transmission for a car. Had all wrapped up and shit. And somebody took that transmission and smashed it on top of the box of wine, destroying it. So don't think there are these people who are, I'm cut from a different cloth. You can trust me. I work at the United States Post Office. No, they're regular motherfuckers just like you, and a lot of them are deviant pieces of shit. You don't have to be a special kind of person to work at the post office. There's shitty people there too. So it's not like you can throw it in the mail and trust it because it's United States Post Office. No, fuck that. You take it into the polling place and put that bitch in the box yourself. You got to. You got to. Period. Mario says, can I email you a video, Jericho, about something Trump was talking about? Yeah. Jericho Green 2018 at gmail.com. Send it. It's just crazy, man. It really is crazy. That last presidential election, man, it really left a bad taste in our mouths. It really did. Because to go to bed one night thinking, whoo, tomorrow we about to have 4 more. And to wake up and see that shit. And the way he performed on the campaign trail, when he was on the campaign trail, hearing that fool talk, I mean, my God. I don't know. It's fucked. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. People, thank you for being here. Again, no double impact tonight. We will be back next week, next Wednesday with Gabe and Sean. Double impact, triple threat, and we will be breaking down Dirty Harry. Can't wait. Also can't wait to watch Pale Rider again. That's my favorite Clint Eastwood Western. Because Clint Eastwood has so many movies, you can break them up into different genres. You can even break them up into different eras. That dude has so many damn movies. Just his Western movies alone, there are a ton of them. Then you got his his war movies. Then you got what is it? Absolute Power and like his cop movies. Dirty Harry, The Rookie. Fucking national treasure, man. What a sad day when they finally call old Clint Eastwood home. Heidi Booth, Monday, Jericho Green at locals.com. Tuesday, I'm on Rumble. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm right here. Sometimes Saturdays, but as you guys probably know, as you probably noticed, my son has baseball, and a lot of his games are on Saturday. He just had one last night, and they won. He did great. Great hits. Man, he was hitting his ass off yesterday. So a lot of his games are on Saturday. So, and they're like usually 11:30, 10:30, 11:30 in the morning. So, I can't miss his games. But if it works out to where I can be here on a Saturday, I definitely will. But for the foreseeable future, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll be right here. Jay Sullivan says Gran Torino and Mule are good despite him looking incredibly frail. I haven't seen Mules, but I think Gran Torino was kind of like as old as I'd want to see him in a movie. I think that was the cutoff. What a great movie it was. And I think, wasn't his son? I think his son, Scott Eastwood, played the white kid who was walking with the Asian girl who got punked by those black dudes. I think that's his son, Scott Eastwood. You ever seen Scott Eastwood? That guy had zero problems getting puss. Ashley Stowers, she says, do you drink beer, Jericho? I do. I'm not a beer drinker, but, I'm at a barbecue or something like that, watching a football game or something. I'll have a drink. I'll have a beer. But if you want to send me one, y'all drink that shit. Shout out, why can't I remember her name? Sandy. Her name is Sandy. And she's been a fan of mine for a long time, watching my shit. She sent me letters and packages. She lives in Germany. And last time she sent like some German candy and stuff for the kids. But one time she sent me a couple beers. And one of them was a little hoppy, but I drank that shit. But one of them was beer, and I want to say lemonade. It was either beer and lemonade or beer and lemon juice. It was something lemon. That shit was good. Sandy, if you're watching and that whatever lemon beer, lemonade beer combo you sent me, that shit was delicious. So yeah, I've been known to crack open some Frosties, dude. I'll drink a Frosty, bro. Aaron M, $1 Million Baby was good. It was, but that was what? Shit, 20 years ago? 2000 or something like that? That was a long time ago. Aaron M, Zima? Hell no. I mean, just out of respect for the 90s, if something, where would you fucking find Zima? If somebody gave me a Zima, I'd drink it just out of respect for the 90s. But no, I'm not much of a Zima, Mike's Hard Lemonade, what is the other one? Smirnoff Ice. I'm not one of those kind of guys. But yeah, you ship me some burr. I'll take that shit. My P.O. box. Here, I'll put it in the here. I'll put it right here. P.O. box 806 Olivehurst. There it is. CA 95961 dash 9998. That right? Capitalize the C in California because that will bother me. There we go. Boom. There it is, people. So yeah, you want to send me some shit? Go ahead. Shout out to my man Eric W. I got the medal and the t-shirt you sent me. I'm going to be rocking that in a live stream real soon. Shout out to Tim Severn. Thank you very much, man. I'll shoot you an email. But yeah, people send me shit all the time. See half the shit back there on that shelf. That little JG figurine there, and the other one over. Let's see. There, somebody sent me that bottle of beer right here, Bin Laden's face on it. The Jack Daniels up there. That flag. Let's see. That flag up there. Right there has a bunch of my little logos. It says "Good Damn Morning." It turns on. It lights up. Yeah, people send me all kinds of cool shit. Bring it on. This beautiful flag right here, United States Navy SEALs, signed by SEAL Team 6. Hell yeah, man. Aaron M says, if they have voting machines, we're doomed. And damn it. So yeah, thank you, people. Appreciate it. What a great live it was. I will see you here manjana. And tomorrow we're also going to be doing Stop the Fuckery. Myself, my boy Gian, 5 o'clock tomorrow. Make sure you're here. A complete departure from the kind of stuff that I cover here. More pop culture stuff. We laugh. We have a good time. If you've been there, you know. Heidi Booth, she says, I have my good damn morning mug autographed on my desk. Love you, JG. You are the shit. Thank you very much, Heidi. Thank you for ordering that. Thank you for displaying that. And thank you for being here all the time. I really appreciate you guys and your time that you spend with me. Thank you. You were great. I was great. We were great. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty crimes. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.